Hi, Craig Sewing here, creator of The American Dream, a national TV show centered around real estate, lifestyle, and culture. I'm walking around our production studio where the show started, and our editing team is here and everything else. And sharing that we recently got nominated for an Emmy, which is kind of cool. So we get a question from time to time about where our show airs, and I wanted to create this quick video message just to give you a thoughtful answer to that, because it can be a little confusing. We are very modern day media that not only does things on cable, but the digital networks, and really where are people viewing things these days. I'm holding it in my hand, on their phone, social media. So we do a lot in all of these mediums to not only give the show credibility, but viewership, drive audiences, and in many cases, create consumer direct opportunities for the partners that we have. So here's what I'd share with you. When you see things like As Seen on ABC, NBC, CBS, we have a different show, a different type of show in over 70 markets across the country. And really of those 70 markets, it spans even into more cities beyond that. Each of those cities has its own little ecosystem of how it works. Each of those markets has local affiliates where we go to air those shows on those networks. So that's where you get those major cable outlets on CBS, NBC, ABC. Now, all of the shows will air on Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Roku. So you're going to have localized content shared on localized networks. You're going to have all of the shows airing on Amazon Fire, Apple TV, and Roku, digital networks, obviously very strong brand names. And then we also take our best content from a collection of these shows and we air it on the national networks of CNBC, Bloomberg TV, and soon we have things coming up on the Travel Channel and HGTV. So every market's different. It's tough to give a blanketed answer. Each market has different air times that we work with. And so depending on the city that you're in, depends on what our distribution strategy is. And then last but not least, and really the most important piece, we take those shows and then with our tech team, we roll that into a digital strategy where we distribute the content and we deliver it socially, driving viewership on things like YouTube, Vimeo, and Facebook, really Facebook. And the reason for that is Facebook is a social media. We want people sharing our content and socializing around it, commenting, getting to know it, following our shows, our partners. And so we do a lot in the way of Facebook. Now, when you summarize all of that, you have the credibility of the networks in each of these individual markets. You have the credibility of Amazon, Apple TV, and Roku. Amazon and Apple are two of the strongest names in the history of business. And you get significant viewership by us retargeting, driving viewership socially, building audiences. And really last but not least, we also give all of the copies of the show. If you were on, let's say, HGTV as one of their real estate shows, they don't give you copies of the show, the segments, the sizzle reels. They don't let you weigh in on editing. So what we do a lot different is the partners and hosts of our show all across the country, we provide copies of the show and segments and all that for them, their guests, so they can get it out and distribute it in their own sphere so that they get the power of their own repurposing. Hope this makes sense. And I know it's a little confusing, but we're in a lot of places giving credibility, viewership, and ultimately giving you the content so you can repurpose. Hope that makes sense. Thanks.